Hi, this is Jessie with Plan with Jessie, and I'm doing a first look at this new Traveler's Notebook Fauxdori like journal from Michael's craft store. Now they call it a string journal, so if you're looking for it in the store and you want to ask for it, it's Recollections Boho String Journal. And it's not quite the same as a Fauxdori, and we'll go over that as we look through it, but it's the same concept in terms of a cover with paper books that come in and out on the inside. So at my particular store, they had 8 different colors. They had a cream, a brown, red, this hot pink, black, sort of a teal, a more royal blue, and then a gray. And now each one comes with 2 little charms on it, and each one is different depending on which color you pick. So the hot pink has this heart, and then it says love. And I'm going to put a picture in here of what all of the other colors look like if you want to take a look. And for example, the dark brown one had a clock charm and it said create. And the black one had a compass, and the cream one has a bee, I think. I'm trying to look at my pictures. And then the sort of greenish teal one has a flower and it says peace. So I guess when you're looking at it to decide what you want, you should go for both the color, and then if you want to keep these charms on there, charms that you like as well. It did take me some time to decide which one to get. It was between this and the brown and the black, but I decided to go with a bright color because I do like hot pink. Oh, the retail price on this is $14.99 in the US, and it says $19.99 Canada. You can see that. As you probably know, if you shop at Michael's, there's almost always a 40% off one item coupon or a 50% off one item coupon on their mobile app as well as on their website. And if you get the mailers in the mail, there's coupons in there as well. And this, you can use it on this, so which is what I did. With the coupon, it was $8.99 plus tax, which I think is an awesome deal. So first thing I want to say is that I'm really glad that Michael's is selling these now, because it means that perhaps other stores will start selling similar products, and so I can fuel my Fauxdori Traveler's Notebook obsession locally and not have to wait every time for it in the mail. And also it's just nice that they're sort of recognizing that this is a trend, that people are using notebooks this way, either for journaling or for planning or both. So I just wanted to say that to begin with. So hopefully, Joann's will see if these do well. Joann's will carry them, or Hobby Lobby or something like that. First I want to talk about is this string on the outside. As opposed to other Fauxdoris, the typical thing is to have an elastic that goes around this way. I think that's the most common thing that you'll see, is the elastic that goes like this, and it's elastic so it's stretchy. And this is different. This is string, which is made out of, I don't know, like a suede kind of like material. I don't know what you would call that. Off the bat, I will tell you I'm not crazy about the string. I took it off to look at it, and I'm not even exactly sure that I put it back on right. It doesn't look like the picture. Like in the picture, this is up higher. I don't know. So I think this is going to bug me, but I wouldn't let that deter you. If you really want to try a Traveler's Notebook Fauxdori, I think this is a great way to, get a chance to try it out, try out the system, see if you like it, at a very inexpensive price. I mean, even with tax, it's under $10. So, and that includes 2 books inside, 2 notebooks inside, which I'll get to in a second. So don't, any of the criticisms that I have is just because I'm kind of a Traveler's Notebook snob, and I like what I like. But don't let that discourage you from trying out the system, because you can always make changes to this, or upgrade to something else later if you like the system. I do think it's a good way to try out a traveler's notebook and not have to spend too much money to try it out. Okay, so let's open this up. The inside, it's fairly thin material. The inside is sort of fuzzy, like a fabric. I'm not sure what kind of material this is. It doesn't say. It feels like maybe a vinyl. It's very smooth, very soft. Again, like I said, not too stiff. And that's a personal preference, whether or not you like a harder case or a stiffer case, or if you don't mind it being floppy. So it says right here, contents: 1 string journal, 2 inserts, 56 pages, and 1 elastic band. So the band on the inside is elastic, just like is typical of other Fauxdori traveler's notebooks, the elastic on the inside. So that's normal or typical. And so they have 2 elastics in here, looks like. Let's see how they put this together. Looks like they use, feels like a rubber band. And so they rubber banded the 2 books together and then put it through this elastic. So these are 2 separate books. One is just plain white paper, which I like because I like using plain white paper for my daily pages or brain dump, notes, that kind of stuff. I don't like being constricted by lines, so that's fine with me. If you like lined pages or grid pages or dot pages, you can always purchase the more inserts from other places. Yellow Paper House on Etsy, Growing Up Goddess on Etsy are both really good. I've used both of those, so you can always get inserts, additional inserts for this elsewhere if you don't want to get them from Michaels. Now, Michaels does sell more of these exact ones. I'll show a picture of them here. So they sell packs of 3 of either 3 white books or 3 of this brown sort of craft paper book. And those are $4.99 for the 3-pack, which is a pretty good deal. Let's compare the size of these inserts with, for example, this is a standard size from Yellow Paper House. So let's compare these in size. And it is, I would say, almost exactly the same size. Yeah, it's exactly the same size. So you can easily find more inserts to put in here. If you don't like the Michaels one, is if you want, like I said, something like with a grid or different colored pages, lined paper. You can even order, I've shown that I use the whoops, upside down. Like I use the week on 2 pages principle that I got from Growing Up Goddess. You could do this, make this print this out, staple it yourself, stick it in here, or you can also buy it printed out already from Growing Up Goddess, or like I said, Yellow Paper House. They have tons of different kinds of inserts. So if you don't like what's in here, don't worry about it. You can always switch it out. So the elastic in here feels pretty good. It has 2 holes. They're not really finished or anything, but with the vinyl, I don't think that they really need to be. It's not going to fray like a fabric one might. So that's fine. And the back is just plain. I did notice when I picked this up that a couple of the other ones there already had like marks on them, so I don't know if this material is going to get scratched easily. I'm not sure. The one thing I did want to also show you and try out for myself is I've never journaled or planned on this kind of paper, so I want to do a writing test on here and see what it looks like. So this is my black needle tip 0.5 Pentel Energel. So I'll just write the date on here. So that's what it looks like. I kind of like it. It's different. I like it. Interesting. Yeah. So it's a little different change, a little something to look at than the plain white. So yeah, I think I'll try out this book and see what I think about it. And then this, the white, it's actually decent quality paper. It's fairly thick. Yeah, smooth. It's smooth. It's nice paper. There's not really, there's a little tiny bit of shadowing, but no, it's nice thick paper. So if you don't mind having the blank paper, and you don't want to have to print it out yourself, or even I guess if it's blank, you wouldn't have to print it out. But if you don't want to, you know, staple your own books at home, which is fine. I think that's a pretty decent deal. 3 for $4.99, especially if you can use the coupon on that. Then it would be super cheap. So yeah, so I think these inserts are good. They're good quality. Like I said, they're standard size. So if you already have you know, a traveler's notebook system that you're using and you want some inserts and don't want to have to put it together yourself or order online, you could check out these at Michael's and see how you like them. I mean, that's nice because a lot of times for planning things, I decide I want something that moment, and it's kind of a test of my patience to wait for it to come from Etsy or even, you know, Amazon or wherever it is that I've ordered. So yeah, so that's nice. If they continue to carry these, that'll make me happy. Another thing I wanted to test to see is whether or not it can handle additional books. So we'll do that now. We'll put these two back in. And then I will take this one and stick this one in the front. Oh, I guess the way the elastic is, I'm not going to be able to fit that in there, am I? Alright, we'll just do it like this. This isn't how I would set it up normally, but I don't have an extra rubber band handy, so I'm just going to do it like this to test thickness. Oh yeah, that's fine. You could fit way more in there. So let's add some more books and see what happens. So here are 3 more books. Let's just add those in there. And yeah. So that's still fine. It's not really overlapping. It's still fitting. So let's try and close it with this weird string system. I don't know how this works. I need like a instruction manual. Oh, there we go. I think that's it. I mean, the thing is, I open and close my notebook multiple times an hour. When I'm sitting at my desk at work, I'm opening it, looking, closing it, just because I don't like to leave it open at work. Just because, you know, there's some private things in there. So anyway, so I think this would drive me nuts, opening this and closing this. So let's see if it'll stay closed. I mean, I guess I could just leave it like this, because this, like this one, well, I guess I could just leave this one at work like that too. I don't know why I keep closing it. I guess I don't need to. So, yeah. So, so overall, I think it's decent quality, especially for the price. The only thing I don't like is this, but it would not be difficult to just take this out and replace it with elastic. You know what? Actually, I might just do that right now.